Yes, indeed. It is panel after panel after panel. Every one of them as good or better than the first. It's been a wonderful day so far. For those of you who are just in the Paulo Rivera panel, welcome to our next one. We're going to be talking with Matt Ditullio, and Tatiana's going to join us too. We're going to have we'll be talking about OAX and a whole bunch of fun stuff. But thank you all for making this weekend a lot of fun. I'm not going to have as many opportunities as I'd like to say that, but things have gone really well. I've been getting a lot of very positive emails from exhibitors and a few of the artists that set up this weekend, and overwhelmingly everybody's very happy. So that makes me happy. So I hope everybody's enjoying the show that we've been having as well. But let's get this thing started. I got a couple of friends here in the green room that it's not like we don't talk that often. But welcome to the show, Matt and Tatiana. So what's your weekend's been like? I mean, let's just start there for Comic Art Live. I mean, I know, Matt, you just won an auction in the Paulo Rivera panel, but have you picked up anything else over the weekend?
I got a Delato pencil yesterday, and then that piece today. So I've only gotten 2 pieces so far, but very happy with them. The Delato was like a Spider-Man Green Goblin that I think I'm going to try to have Simone Di Meo ink over the top of it. So it'll be cool little, combination. And then I got the Paulo, which I've been looking to get a Black Bolt from him for some time now. So I didn't want to bid against Nick either, but I did want the piece. So I was like, there's 2. I'm happy it ended up working out. It ended up working out for us. It was nice.
Exactly, because he had just gotten outbid on the Green Lantern. So exactly. Yeah, you would have really spoiled his afternoon. But I think it's awesome because those pieces by Paulo, if he does them like the Colossus, where you get the background, maybe the shoulders too, that's totally worth it at that price. So they're going to turn out fantastic. How about you, Tatiana?
And wait, I forgot. I did get a piece from Miko last night. The Wolverine piece to start off the number 0.
That's right. You were the first spot.
The Frank Miller style one. So actually, I've gotten 3 pieces. But yeah, that one was beautiful. And the next comic art team always does it. I know Jiggy's he said he's out of gas. He's got to be exhausted. So, but it was a fun panel last night.
It definitely was. And even I got something from that panel. 2 things.
You did.
Yeah, it was that was a little odd, right? It was like, no, I expected if I wasn't bidding, that it would have gone over 750. So that's
absolutely. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, all right, $1,000. That's what I'm paying. But that was fun. That definitely was a good time. I know Jiggy had a very good time as well. But Tatiana, back over to you now. So what have you picked up anything, or how's your weekend going so far?
I have not picked up anything. I have been trying to not look since I'm still kind of in house mode and things. So I have been avoiding some of the panels because I know if I go, then that'll be it. I tried to win a Franklin Booth piece in the Heritage Illustration auction on Friday. And luckily somebody just kept outbidding me, and I eventually was like, I had to walk away. But I was the underbidder on that. So, but trying not to buy stuff. We have a lot of fun stuff in the booth though. I have some really good stuff from Sia and from Brent that is half off. So that's huge. And then a few new pieces, consignment pieces, and then a few new pieces from Jason Krager too. So if anyone hasn't checked out the booth yet, please stop by and check out the booth. There's a few holiday themed pieces in there too, if you like that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it sounds like the panels have all been really great. If I wasn't trying so hard to control myself, I would, but really, really trying not to.
All right. Might as well show off some of the stuff that you dropped. You got 48 pieces in your booth.
So that Grinch and Max just sold. He just paid me, so I'll have to mark those once we're done.
T, are you the Nightcrawler collector, like yourself personally, or did you have some? Because I know I've seen a lot of Nightcrawler pieces on your stuff, but I love him. I think he's one of the cooler X-Men that doesn't get a lot of shine, and I always see that you have cool Nightcrawler stuff.
So the stuff I've been selling has been for a client, but I'm a big Nightcrawler fan too, and I own some Nightcrawler
really
art
cool.
as well.
I've gotten a couple ones from you. We were talking about this piece in the studio before you came in, but I think this piece is awesome. It's a study on Sienkiewicz, but it looks really good. I mean, it looks really good.
Yeah, so that's from Jason Krager.
Yeah, Jason's solid. He really is.
Really good.
don't feel like I've seen a lot of his color work before. So yeah, that's great. And what, priced at $500? So the Rust Bronze sold. That's going to be a Christmas gift probably for somebody. Those are great.
Yeah, the magic piece is probably going to sell. I'm just waiting to hear back from a buddy of mine who wants to pick it up at OA Expo. So,
what is OAX? I mean, I keep hearing that all weekend long.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really like,
yeah. So
I'm enamored by it.
it's this show that's pretty cool that is going to be at the end of January. So I hope everyone in the chat's planning to come. I know, Jiggy, you're tired now. Geez, you're going to be really tired then. I know you have a lot of folks you're bringing with you for that show. So yeah, for those of you who missed the inaugural show this year, you have a chance to come to the second show, January 24th through 26th in Orlando. I mean, it's such a great time of year to go to Orlando because it's not too hot and it's a good way to get away from heat, cold in other places. Yes, and we're going to be doing magic. We talked about that at the magic panel yesterday. I'm really excited to be teaching some people how to play magic who are ready to make the jump. Matt and I were talking about magic too before you jumped on. So
yeah, I've gone down the rabbit hole now. I've officially added my first magic piece to my collection, and now I'm being told it's a slippery slope. But I don't know. I just feel like for me, I just love comic book characters so much that I'm just, maybe I'll get a Marvel one. But like, I also collect like samurai stuff, like hence the logo for Ditullio Art Collective. It would just happen to work out. It was a really cool piece, but yeah, it's a whole different ballgame. So I'm excited to learn, excited to, see about the space. I know there's a big panel coming up at 3:00, which I'm excited to watch after this. And it all something needs to be said here about how much I love comic art fans. Bill, Tatiana, Casra, both of the Simones is the Bills play the Chiefs at 4:00. And I have season tickets, and I sold them to make sure I would be here to be a part of CAF Live because this is what's more important. But it's not more important by a lot. It's like just a little bit more important.
Well, that's a sacrifice that you were willing to make, and we all appreciate it, man.
And actually, what I sold them for, I was able to buy the Paulo piece. So it was like, work on. I sold the Bills tickets and I bought some art. So it was a win-win.
Yeah, exactly. If they're playing Kansas City, everyone's going to want to go to that game.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, going to be a tough one.
Well, and speaking of Paulo, we just heard that him talk about doing the Marvel and Magic the Gathering artwork too, that he hopes to have some of that stuff out there by I guess late summer or early spring so that he can show it off at New York Comic Con next year. So that's cool to see. Paulo's going to kill it. I mean,
yep.
I have no inside knowledge of it. I'm sure Mark might have something, but I can't wait to see it. We've been so fortunate to get so much great artwork out of it already, and knowing that there's plenty of creators out there like Paulo that we haven't seen their work yet, and they got to keep it secret. But boy, we're going to see wonderful work after wonderful work with these pieces getting released. I'm excited. I probably won't be a player on them, but I'll enjoy looking at them. But if you buy one, Matt, you have to bring it to a future OAX event so I can see one.
Matt, I know you have good intentions, but welcome to the Magic Club. You're gonna start winning, man.
Try.
And look, I love comic art. I've been collecting comic art since I was a teenager, but I've now been collecting magic art for 10 years.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try. Like you said, I have good intentions. We'll see where I land or end up, but yeah, it's interesting.
That's why the crossover group of us who collect multiple things like that is very small because it's
exactly. It's hard to pick where to put the finances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured I'm going to put Tatiana's booth link in the chat too for anybody who wants to know. So as we scroll through this set.
And then I know we don't have any art to be purchased today from both of the Simones, but I do have some of their art up on my gallery. So I'm going to have Bill bring some stuff up when he's done scrolling through Tatiana's. I've got some newer covers that were put up, some discounted things, and then we can do a quick run through those, and then we'll get right to the commission slots for OAX, which I'm very excited about.
Yes, indeed. I'm trying to multitask here and get ready to turn on the commission opportunities when we get to that point too. But
Yeah, like the Philip Tan the Philip Tan Nightcrawler, I really like. That was the one that I saw in your gallery that like made me think was really cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
very cool.
That one's crazy.
Oh yeah, trust me, the number of things that I've sold for this person that I want. Oh, I sold a Simone piece for a client last year that I wanted really bad. And
Yeah,
I was
Max, look
like,
at there.
I can't buy it. I can't buy it. It was that half splash, that X-Men page. Because, you know, getting an X-Men piece from Simone is like up there on my list. So someone asked in the chat what some of my favorite magic artists are. Geez, there's so many of them. Yeah, I really like Ryan Pankow stuff. So he did the Captain America. And he was on the weekly update a couple weeks ago. Of course, I love Tyler Walpole stuff. I also have the pleasure of repping him. And I mean, you know, other than that, I mean, like a lot of the classics, right? Chris Ron and a lot of the other really, really popular people. But I like all sorts of artists. I'm all over the place with that. And there's been a lot of crossover. So like Serena, she had done that book for David Peterson a handful ago, and now she's doing magic art. So there's a good amount of crossover as well.
Very cool. Yeah, so I've got some stuff in the gallery here. I know that Max asked in the chat. So I have a couple things up today that I put up at some discounted prices from the website from both Bianchi and Di Meo. So I have a Spider-Man 2099 preliminary cover from Simone Bianchi, all painted, full painted 2099, which is really cool for the cover preliminaries when he does the full painted figure. And then I have a cool Ben Oliver up. Joker, don't see a ton of his stuff. Steve McNiven, some Nick Bradshaw. Bill, if you can keep scrolling down here on Sunday, I have very nice Marvel Masterpiece 2018. So Battle Spectra from Simone. He only did 135 paintings for. I took 20% off that. So I have it on the website listed as 10,000. They're just rare, hard to come by. Definitely Simone's biggest set. Brought it down to 8,000, bottom dollar for CAF Live. And then if you go a little bit below, we did some discounted Simone Di Meo covers. So anything is anywhere from $500 to $750, $1,000 plus even off. So Shazam number 13, I believe that one is a $500 discount or $1,000 discount. That one's really cool because that's Simone's first cover that he's ever used colored pencil on. So a lot of the stuff he does digitally is when he had the color. That one has traditional colored pencils. Then Batman Brave and the Bold, 18, Superman number 19.
Bill, can we get a closer look at that Shazam cover that Matt was just talking about?
Sure. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Let me scroll.
Yeah, so you
Well,
see
that is really cool.
Yeah, the I'm Batman, the logo, the Z's, and the belt, like to make his utility belt. That's actually all colored pencil. So normally Simone does he does all of his own coloring digitally, but he wanted to experiment a little bit with this one. And I love this image because it just reminds me of like a kid. After a long night of gaming, he's got a bag of chips, his phone, PlayStation controller, and an action figure next to him when he passed out. It's like classic, just something fun. And we just wanted to give the best deals we could for the last day of Comic Art Live.
We got a good question for you, Matt.
For both of you.
Oh, for both of us. Well, I'll let Matt answer first.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just purely preference. I have a lot of people that collect, like me personally, collect a lot of painted art. That's type of my style. But I also think black and white, collectors are more, I would say, prominent. There's been more black and white art for a longer amount of time. So I think you have a longer history of those collectors. But I think we're starting to see a lot of people cross over, whether, Magic or Marvel or whatever it is. I think you're seeing people that were longtime black and white collectors are starting to collect some painted art. And I think painted art collectors are, maybe looking backwards now and looking at some older traditional black and white stuff.
I mean, I completely agree with Matt. And my answer would be pretty much the same. In the Magic world, there's a significant preference for painted art because it's coming from that. But with comic art collectors, I think it's really mixed, and I think that it's nice that we have both because it offers a different price range. Because when you're looking at You don't get a lot of fully painted covers in comic art, but when you do, they're priced as such, right? Like they're not going to be the same as a piece that took half the amount of time.
And then, Bill, the only other piece I wanted to show was a debut cover we had from Saturday, from my gallery on Saturday, is a really cool piece from, keep scrolling, it's Simone Di Meo Harley Quinn cover. We debuted this for sale here. Keep going, might be towards the bottom. It's his first ever, there it is. Yeah, Harley Quinn 47. So first time it's been up for sale. It's his first ever Harley Quinn cover, and it's called the sweater weather variant. So you have Harley posing with a melted snowman, like upside down behind her. Thought it was really cool. I love like the bat symbol on the headphones, the Harley Quinn symbol. She's very cute, but you still get a ton of Simone flexing his muscles with the sponging technique and the different textures throughout the piece. So that was a cool one that we debuted on Comic Art Live.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man.
A lot of heavy inks on the arms there of the coat and on the hood. I always say he loses hours of his life when he decides to do that, but that's what makes it look beautiful.
Well, it's worth the time that he puts
Antoine,
into it.
yeah, Dennis, it's a sponge. It's not an airbrush. So it's actually a sponge like you would buy from Michael's, and it goes from like a very little porosity to a very heavy one. He has all different ones. He'll rip them off, dip them in live ink, and then use like a Post-it note or some type of border to keep it within where he wants. And then it's a hand sponge. So definitely more time consuming than the airbrush, but also I've spoken to Simone about it. Like, would you try airbrush? And he's like, well, you got to buy the machine. You got to maintain it. They're very temperamental in some cases, and I'm not great with them. So he just does everything by hand with the sponge. So it's very cool.
Well, you brought a lot of great work, man.
Try to add some different stuff each time, bring some different pieces. And if it's, if it was on my website already, I'll put it up price to sell, take a little bit off. Like the Bianchi Thor for Asgard, I have on my website for $6,500. I brought it down to $5,500. That's a vintage Simone for Asgard cover. One just recently went for about $1,000 more than that at Heritage. So, just try to bring some variety.
Well, you certainly did. Yeah, there's a lot of great art to look at this time around.
That's the thing. Like what Tatiana said, I should try implement her strategy of like the more you look, the more you want to spend. I should just not look and not watch panels, but I just can't help myself.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I have saved a lot of artwork that I know I'm not going to buy, but I had to do it because I like the temptation. So I've gone back.
Yeah, I like to see what's out there and, see who's willing to sell what and what's come out. I mean, I feel like every CAF Live, you always see something come out of somebody's personal collection that you haven't seen either in a long, long time or ever. And it's just, even if you're not going to buy it, just to see what it's up for or who buys it or if it sells it, it's cool.
Yeah, agreed. I didn't want to show off my saved artwork because I don't want to give away any secrets.
Oh yeah, no, you can't.
Because I've been checking back to see, have they sold yet? And that's always kind of well, it's good to know, but it's always disappointing when you save something and you go back and it's got a red line around it. Because I think, let's see, like three pieces that I was really interested in have now been sold. And I was thinking of waiting for somebody to lower the price or whatever, and it didn't pay off for me in the end. Sadly. It is what it is. But one of the cool things that I like to think everybody who's at the show is using the save feature, right? Because unlike placing thrill bids at Comic Link or whatnot, it's just such an easy way to kind of bookmark pieces that you're thinking about and going back. And by doing that, you run the opportunity of the seller actually reaching out to you anonymously because they don't know who you are, but they can see if you put a save on a piece of art. Because then they can anonymously email you, letting you know they dropped the price, or maybe they even go in and say, "I haven't dropped the price, but if you'd like to make an offer on it, I'm open to hearing from you." Yeah. And so it's a smart thing to do, to go in there and save as many pieces that you're interested in, because you just never know what kind of potential offers you may end up getting before the show ends at 10 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
I'm going to be using it. I've sold a few pieces in my booth, but I see a ton of saves on a couple of pieces, and those are the ones that I'm going to probably hit up, after lowering the price. But yeah, it's just part of the whole process. So yeah, I'm oh man, I need another swig of Coke probably, but I'll table that for a moment. But so I'm glad everybody's having a good show so far. Now, part of what we wanted to talk about today, Matt, was that we are going to discuss the pre-show offerings for both of the Simones.
Yep.
Tatiana she was on a CAF update a few weeks back, and we kind of launched hers and released those up on the OAX website. But we're going to do the Simones today.
Yep.
And I got to actually have to load up some of the slides here for it, but maybe talk a little bit about. Do either of them do a lot of work when they go to shows?
Well, one thing I wanted to kind of preface it with. So we're going to have different levels for each artist. We're even introducing a couple new levels that weren't offered last year for OAX. But right now, almost very firmly, OAX will be Simone Bianchi's only show in the United States for the year. So big opportunity. He does not do mail outs. So, if you are looking for a commission, this would be the time. I know we have a lot of sketch card collectors that come to OAX. So normally I launch the sketch cards either through my Instagram or, through a Marvel card site. But this time, we didn't offer the, sketch card commission op for OAX last year. So this time I, spoke with Simone, and we are going to open up a sketch card op for pickup at OAX, which will be really cool. And then he's also offering a different level of commission that I'll explain for a little bit of a higher tier. Basically, both of the Simones, I'm very thankful, are right in the middle of working on very big projects or just starting on big projects that haven't been able to be announced yet. So a lot of things looming. There's a teaser on Simone Di Meo's Instagram today as well. So this work, you'll see there's very limited slots to what there is because with these big projects coming, and especially for Bianchi with it being his only American show, I think, if you are looking for a piece from one of these two artists, this is the show to get it done at, because after OAX, I think things are going to be in full swing. So.
Very cool. Jerry. I know. Poor Jerry. We're all in the same boat, Jerry. We totally understand, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all art collectors, and we're all working with our budgets and whatever. But
yeah.
The good thing and the bad thing is that the last 4 or 5 years, there's just been so many great art buying opportunities out there and commission opportunities that have been coming around, and it's tough. It's tough being selective and figuring out what your best moves are, but. Getting something from the Simones. Anybody who was at OAX last year, you saw some amazing commission pieces come out of that. I think, in the trailer teaser video, we have that the picture with Snorrick and Di Meo and his Winter Soldier. Like, that's cover quality. I know Chris. He's going to get buried with that thing. He loves it so much.
And very interestingly enough, the words cover quality, I think, are thrown around a lot, but I think in some cases. Building an artwork of, at least I can speak for Bianchi, is building an artwork of commissions that he's done that he's loved are now either going to be, published in his own Panini book or building a library to send to Marvel. And, when artists really put in that level of effort into their commissions, and then they can turn into a cover, if they're looking for a quick cover or whatever it is, it's really great that you have that library to choose from when you're doing not just convention level, headshots and sketches are great. They're amazing. But when you're offering these higher end tier, and then it has the opportunity to become a published piece because of the effort that was put into it, the time, the care. I mean, I know, I think, not to mention Snork again, but one of my favorite paintings that Bianchi did all of last year was the Thing headshot. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. And I included it as the example because I just thought it was absolutely stunning. And you just don't see, number one, a lot of people don't collect the Thing or, whatever it is, you don't get to see the Thing fully painted very often in a close up. And it just looked really great. So I wanted to use it as an example.
Well, it is a very good one, and we might as well. Do you want to start?
Yeah, let's hop in, and we'll start with the Bianchi sketch card.
Yeah, and I'm going to highlight that right now, but I did want to turn it on over on the OAX website as well. So tell me how often Simone Bianchi likes to do these sketch cards, because I don't remember.
We are offering 10 slots. We're going to offer, debut them here. The standard sketch card size, they're $900 a piece, fully painted in all acrylics with either colored pencil, black, regular pencil, some white acrylics as well. But Simone prefers to paint 18 by 24 rather than 2x3. So what he does is actually, it's a very cool process. I've seen it. He actually starts to work a little bit smaller on painting something from 18x24, then to 11x17. Then he goes to kind of like a 9x12 warm-up piece. And then the first 2 cards are a little bit tedious for him, but then he gets into a flow of working in that format and how to put things. And it's really great. The way we've done these in the past is it's $900 and then it's artist choice. You may get a headshot like this. You may get a torso or a full body. However Simone feels to get that character in the space. And some of Simone's pack pulled cards are going in the high thousands, you know, 2, 3, 4. I saw one panel sketch, $4,000. So $900 a slot. You can claim them now here in the chat and then discuss. There's a deposit due up front, and then the rest can be paid for at OAX. And we'll be offering 10 slots. And like I said, this is Simone's only opportunity for sketch cards for 2025 as of now.
Well, there you go. That is a rare opportunity. But that's cool that, you know, he when it's like doing artist choice on whether or not he's going to do a headshot, it's just whatever he feels is going to be the best thing for that character on that card.
Sometimes it's profile, sometimes it's all he really gets to be creative. And I know last one I saw, he did a full figure Silver Surfer. I've seen a 3/4 figures Captain America with a shield, and then one I saw was Gambit, and he had like the cards making of his cloak. So he always tries to add something, but we leave it up to him, and they've always turned out really great. And thankfully, we've never had any unhappy customers, which has been great.
Very good. Now, Instantly Filmed did have a question for you. I mean, will Bianchi ever be accepting commissions outside of OAX? What kind of
so right now, no. Like I said, he's working on a very big project, so mail-outs aren't really a thing. Maybe by the end of next year, but the best way, and really the only way I know of as of now, from now until March to get a piece from Simone would be pick up at OAX. That's all I can say.
One question about the sketch cards. Dave wanted to know if they will be all done on an artist proof official card like the one example that we're showing right now.
So Dave, those can either be for the stock. It's a great question. The default stock, if you do not want to provide me with one, will be the OAX card stock that we are using for the convention. If you'd like to provide me with a card stock of your choosing, you can mail it to me before a certain date, and then I do one package out to Simone for the cards.
There you go. Yeah, Spidey Hits was asking about that. $900 includes cards, so it will include the OAX sketch cards that were.
Correct. But if you want your own personalized stock or your own stock that you have, you can send it to me, and we can use that as well.
Very cool.
Yep. So that's number one. And then what do we have next? Yes, the headshot. So these are Simone's, one of his favorite things to do. 11x17, fully painted in all acrylic. He's going to offer 2. So one is going to be done pre-show and ready for pickup, and the second one will be painted live on the first day of OAX. They're going to be $2,250 US, 2 slots, and as I said, Simone is because he's had so much fun creating these headshots. And there's the other example. I thought this one was just an absolute stunner. The texture is crazy. The scan doesn't even do it justice. It's so good. But you get to choose your character, and then Simone's building a book of headshots and going to create like a headshot sketchbook of all of his painted headshots throughout the years. And there's some amazing ones. So it'd be really cool to, see a lot of these headshots he's created throughout the years be put into a book that can be picked up and, sold as a cool little 9x12 sketchbook.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Brandon, it's unfortunate it's not a claim show.
No, he can claim them. If you want to claim it in the chat, I have my spreadsheet open. If he wants to claim it,
yeah, okay. I thought he wants to claim the thing or the ghost.
Oh, I think he meant claim the slot, I think.
Well, if he does, then yeah, you can do it that way. Or here, I actually should just cut and paste or copy and paste the link for Simone's page here. I should have that open already. Where are you?
Claiming a spot. Perfect, dude. That's awesome. Just you reach out to me and let me know what character you would like, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
I wish I could claim the other spot. I just can't. I wish I could right now.
I understand, but yeah, there's the link in the chat now. The form is live if you want to do it that way, or like Matt just got here, we can claim them in the chat. That's good too. So those were the two examples we wanted to show there, though. The Thing and Ghost Rider, just awesome. And yeah, I mean, everybody's seen a lot of these, right? Especially if you've seen Simone at a show, or if you've been tooling through CAF, you've seen Simone's work on these headshots. They're fantastic. And a sketchbook, just for these makes so much sense, because he's
it's gonna be really cool.
done some amazing work.
The next one is a really cool level. So we're only taking one of these. It's only going to be done pre-show. 11 by 17 single figure with background. That's the example Simone chose for me to provide here. I thought this piece was insane. Amazing backgrounds, shadowed off the kind of wall he has there, just the positioning of Spider-Man. And this was a commission that Simone did earlier this year, and really loved it. And we decided this was kind of a commission level he was very comfortable with. But as the time constraint says, he only has one spot available. It looks like Brandon got that one as well. Yes, Anthony. Anthony is the owner of this piece. It's a stunner. Really, this piece is amazing.
Congrats, Anthony. Yeah, that is fantastic. And I guess congrats to Brandon too. Hey. I'm gonna have some work updating some of the form stuff, but well, you'll let me know what you end up getting, Matt. That way
I was gonna say, well, I'll just communicate with you after the show. But first off, I'm a sucker for horizontal orientation. I think what Simone really sets him out is he's willing to take risks with the composition, with the pose, how things are. They're always very dynamic, or movement. And I just love the way the shoulder, the neck, the texture of the background. This piece turned out amazing, and this was something that he wanted to offer for as a fellow Underwood. You're making me proud, and also for OAX pickup.
Yes, indeed. But no, this is it's a great example image to show for it as well. And we have one other, right?
Yeah, so we have one other one, and this one's pretty special. So this one especially because this one was a commission of cover quality, oversized 2 figures. This was a recreation for Silver Surfer #4, but Simone changed the positioning of the camera. We had who'd you have on the back end, Bill?
I've got Anthony just ahead of Brandon.
That's what I saw too. Wow, amazing. So what's really cool about this one is not only this piece here as the example. Thank you, by the way, Anthony, and thank you, Brandon, too. Because of the let's say the time constraint Simone has going on, this commission he's going to do is also going to be submitted to Marvel or DC, whichever character is picked, as a possible cover. So because he doesn't have the time, because he's working on that project, as long as this piece falls within the parameters of, doesn't have anything crazy going on, this piece is going to be not only cover quality in effort, but it's going to be submitted to one of the either Marvel or DC, whoever the commissioner chooses for it to be a published cover from Simone. So I think that's a really cool opportunity as well.
Well, congrats to Anthony and Brandon for your claims today. Wow, I can't wait to see them. That's awesome. And you're right. So this is such a memorable image by Buscema, but seeing Simone kind of do his own take on it, changing the angle.
Yeah.
Still know what it is, what it's an homage to, but I can't say I've seen anybody do it quite like Simone. So that's it's fantastic. So you're going to get something special with this one.
Yeah, I think it's going to not only you're going to get something really special, but what was really awesome was, and this is what I've learned throughout the years, is when you commission an artist and you ask for Spider-Man on the Brooklyn Bridge, holding a camera upside down, Daily Bugle, you kind of shackle, let's say, the artist's creativity a little bit. And this customer said, Silver Surfer first store recreation. And Simone came back with this layout. It was like, what do you think? Send it to the client. And the client was like, I never even thought of it that way. This is amazing. I love it. And, you get, like you said, you get something that is definitely recognizable. You know what it's from, but just to take that camera angle and put it, on Thor's 5 o'clock there and have a different perspective, and you have a full surfer flying at you with the energy. I mean, just a really, really cool piece.
Wow. That's, yeah, it's special. And you're right. Let the artist be creative. The less information you give them, the better the piece is probably going to turn out. They're going to be excited to work on it. Jackson had a question about
Yeah, I saw that. So obviously, if there's, if it's Spider-Man or if it's Wolverine, there's a lot of X-Men titles, a lot of Spider-Man titles. You're probably, you have a better chance there. If for somebody like me, if I was going to choose Black Bolt, there's not a ton of Inhumans covers going on, or maybe a sub story that he's in, but it's basically submitted to Marvel. If they like it, they accept it, and then it becomes used for a cover when whatever run they see fit, whenever it's coming up. So that'll do it for Bianchi. So we have the sketch card slot still open and one headshot still.
There you go. And I muted my mic because I cracked open another Coke.
There you go.
If you guys hear me chugging one, but yeah, that is awesome. And I think I don't know, just congrats. I want to see those pieces, but it's a dream of every collector to have a commission that you ask for turn into a published cover, poster, anywhere way it can make its way into publication. It's a surprise. It's never happened to me, but every time, it's like once a month we see somebody on in the Facebook original art group or something saying how lucky they are that this happened, and you're always like, darn it.
It's happened to me, I think, twice, but I think what's awesome is when you talk to the artist, and what's really cool is when you get a commission that the artist was happy enough with to be a published work. You know what I mean? Like they stand by it, they believe in it. And I think a lot of artists now, from what I'm understanding, are doing really well at is when they're doing these cover quality commissions, they're scanning and turning in a library. They're keeping a library of work and then saying, hey, I just finished these 5 pieces, and sending them over to Marvel. And sometimes at Marvel or DC, they'll buy the cover and stash it and keep it for a while in case somebody misses a deadline or whatever it is. And then boom, they have a stunning piece that they can just pop right in, throw the trade dress on, and it becomes a cover, very quickly. So it's happened to me twice. It was awesome both times. I still have both the pieces, and I've enjoyed them. So.
Well, lucky you. Yeah. Usually lightning doesn't strike twice, Matt. You are a lucky man.
I would.
And you're just, and you're still young in the hobby. You could get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more.
I don't know. Maybe it's too much. It's a lot of pressure. I think I've already peaked.
Yeah. Well, congratulations to you. So, all right. Well, you'll keep me updated on the commission opportunities, and because typically I would send out a mailing to the CAF list.
Yeah.
On Monday, and so we'll be able to update everybody on what's still available. And yeah, that's good. So we're not going to just talk about Bianchi, right?
Got to go to little Simone, the younger Simone.
What are they doing today? Why could they not be here with us?
Well, Bianchi is with his family, and Di Meo is at his new studio, fixing some things, working late. So he's trying to have the new studio up and ready by December with everybody in there full time going. He's got a couple team members. He's working with like a really awesome Italian YouTuber who's like very, very famous in Italy. So they're working in the same space. It's going to be really cool, but they're still trying to put the finishing touches on everything. I think for like an introduction video through the studio for very soon. So
cool. Well, I'm excited to see that. You'll have to.
Yeah. Oh, I'll definitely be sharing it. Yeah, for sure.
I want to see it, but I think everybody else in over on Comic Art Fans would love to see it as well.
Yep.
So do we want to talk about Di Meo?
Sure. Yeah. Let's bring up the first op because it's a new level that Simone's offering. We're going to offer sketch cards for Di Meo as well. We've seen a very big uptake in request on this. I think Simone has done 4 total now. I think 3 Marvel, 1 DC. Here's a Gambit. This one's going to be, this level's $250, and he's going to take 5 of them pre-show. And these ones are pencil, ink, Copic markers, and Posca marker. So it's going to be a little bit of a mixed media for $250 for 5 slots.
Wow, this is awesome, and since we have many sketch card art collectors at OAX, it's awesome that the Simones have both agreed to do these. Oh, Spidey Hits has gotten one.
Yep. And same thing, with this one, if you have a special stock you like, I'm going to be sending out an email to anybody that, claims that you have to get it to me by a certain date because I got to get it, over to Italy. But if not, I'm going to be using we're going to be using the OAX card stock. And I think those will be really cool, too, because especially for Di Meo, it'd be his first show doing sketch cards pre-show, and doing them on OAX stock would be really cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And congrats to Justin. OAX stock is great, he says. Thumbs up.
Awesome. Justin, we'll talk. I'll reach out to you individually and we'll talk about characters. So yeah, that means that there is 4 spots left for Di Meo for those. So that's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, Di Meo does just amazing work. And the one regret, I had lots of regrets from last year, but not being able to see Di Meo work on a piece, that was one of the things that I had kind of had on my list of, I got to see this. And I didn't get to see him work at all during the show last year. So I really hope to be able to swing by. And, you know, I mean, even just to see some of the tools of the trade would be fun, but being able to see him work in person would be fantastic. And Alberto says he on the site. So thank you, Alberto.
Awesome.
And I do see that email. Fantastic. All right. So shall we switch over to the next level?
Yes, we can go to the next level here. This is going to be the headshot, 9x12, $400. We are going to take 3 of these pre-show. Absolute stunners. You're going to get same thing: pencils, inks, sponge technique, Copic markers. Beautiful 9x12s. They're very much more detailed than just a headshot or portrait. He always puts in some type of extra, you know, I call it the accoutrements on top of them. Okay, Comic Den got one. Scaff, hello.
And Kopecki.
And Dave.
And Floby.
And Flo, my guy. Dave K. And Flo. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. Scaff, you have one. You do. Yours is awesome. Yeah, I think these are really cool. Simone has a lot of fun with them, and they're more than just a little bit of a headshot. You're getting a lot of different techniques, and he's really been trying more with the colored stuff, trying to get him to, you know, dabble in a little bit more into some Copic markers and some shading and stuff. We'll see if he gets into it on this one, but I push a little bit, but not too hard. You know what I mean? Because they turn out beautiful like this. You can't say too much.
So I want to point out to everybody that, you know, because we're getting claims in the chat and, you know, and a few submissions through the website, that we may end up going over some of these limits. So we're just going to let everybody know, because I can't update the form while I'm.
Yeah, of course, Bill. And if by chance there's something that doesn't work out where it's like over something, I'll talk to the artist and I'll make it work with the client and the artist some way, shape, or form.
Okay. And I saw Stingray says he also claimed via the site. Did you know that you didn't claim one of the 2 levels that we've shown so far, Stingray? Because you did pick one of the higher levels when you checked out. I just wanted to make sure that, because I'd want to tell Matt that.
Yeah. Which one did he claim?
Well, at least through the web form, he picked the A3 cover quality. So that was, but I wanted to confirm it. Oh, he did. Okay, he knows. All right. Well,
okay.
Because I don't remember what the counts were, but that might have been the only one that was going to be available. And hey, that's fine. We're going to see one hell of a Stingray image.
He wants to make sure he doesn't miss out. You know, jump on it. Smart move.
That's what the forums are for. But here, so I think we're close on this one. We had 3, I think, at least.
We actually did those. Those are all good. And then, so we're going to do this one. This one is a stunner, by the way. This background with the background is crazy. But this is his 9x12 torso. Really beautiful. Not obviously everybody that knows me, I'm not a big Barbara Gordon or Batgirl, you know, collector, but this one was stunning. Oh, Caesar, awesome. Thank you. He's really killing the 9x12 torsos. They are very detailed. He really tries to bring a lot of perspective and some different backgrounds throughout them. Obviously not full backgrounds, but still very detailed and add a lot of dimension to the piece. And Caesar, thank you for the claim, my friend.
Perfect. And you also got a Bianchi sketch card request from Alberto just now through the web form. Thank you, Alberto. Okay, and now we have 2 more to show for Di Meo. And
so
here we go. Oh, wait,
what I'm going to do here that's very so Stingray already claimed one.
Right
now, I talked to Simone and he told me he would either do 2 cover quality A3 or 1 cover quality A3 And then, I don't know if you guys have seen this one. This one's a stunner. He shared it on his Instagram. This one's like a whole storyboard about Venom in one piece. You've got the Peter and Eddie cameras. You've got the symbiote in the jar, black suit Spider-Man, homage, from Secret Wars, and then Venom throughout the whole back with the bell tower, and a very, very, very tiny Spider-Man on the bell, if you can see it, but he is up there. So stunning piece. Since this one's already claimed, we can go to the next one, Bill.
Yep.
And this is, if you attended OAX last year, you got to see one that was vertical done of Spider-Man. We didn't open up the list officially. We just did it to a few clients this year, which all of their AA3s will be done by January. So Simone said he would do one more. So this is 2 A3 boards put together. This was Spider-Man, Black Suit Spider-Man direction. And these are just stunning. He put so much time and effort into them. They are absolutely huge. He has a blast doing them, and I definitely just enjoy seeing the client's face when they get these pieces or when they get the images. They're really beautiful. So it's either going to be, if anybody else would like to claim an A3 cover quality, they can, or if somebody claims the double A3, that would close the list either way.
There you go. Well, that'll be, we'll be able to handle that on the website.
Exactly. So once we know one of the other one is claimed or not, we just cancel the other one and it would be good to go. But this double A3 Spider-Man here was a real work of art. This was absolutely stunning. The shading throughout it, the blacks, the heavy inks, like he even got, if you can see to the, right to the left of Spider-Man's eye there with the doves, it's all white paint, and it was white paint with the sponge. So now he's adding a little bit of paint with the sponging technique and not just inks. And it's really beautiful.
It's amazing. It really is beautiful. Wow. Well, I'm going to make sure that I get to stop by while he's working on something.
Yeah.
This time around. Yeah, I missed out last time, but thank you everybody for picking up some pieces while we're showing these off. That's we sincerely appreciate it. They're both in high demand. I mean, So we know Bianchi, this is going to potentially be his only appearance, but I know Di Meo's been, he came to the States, wasn't he, at New York?
Di Meo also loves to travel. So it's really nice. Doesn't have the kids in the family, so it's a lot easier, but he loves to travel. He loves the United States. New York's one of his favorite cities. So he'll definitely be at OAX, probably a show or two in between. We're trying to get out to maybe the West Coast, somewhere maybe in Denver or something like that. And then we're trying to do Heroes. We want to reach out, see if we could work out something for that, and definitely New York again. So Di Meo will probably have 2 or 3 United States appearances this year. But as far as I know right now, OAX is going to be it for Bianchi, which makes me a little bit sad, but it's the only chance to get his artwork. So definitely would be a time to make sure if you want something, this is the time.
Well, we're proud that he's coming back, or both of them are coming back, obviously.
Yeah, we're honored to be there. We really believe in, what this event stands for, and the direction and the kind of the tidal wave of support that the community's already shown it. I just think it's going to be the place to be for years to come. So, couldn't be happier to, not only sponsor it, but have my artist there and attend it as a fan in general. Being able to get out and walk around and see all the crazy art, it's amazing.
Yeah, so that's so true, and you will be in the same spot. So for everybody who
beautiful,
they know exactly where you're at, because we've had to flip flop some things in the hall because of how we're changing the entry points and stuff. So you lucked out. Everybody's going to know exactly where to go, and I should thank you both, because Tatiana is a sponsor of OAX as well. So trust me, it means a lot. It helps a lot. I mean, it gives us the confidence to move ahead on certain fronts and things that we really want to. Address and implement for the show. And I can't thank all of our sponsors enough for you guys coming in, and again, you're reps, but you believe in what we're doing, and you can see the direction we're trying to take the hobby and the industry, and you see the importance of that, and it definitely means a lot to all of us at CAF HQ to have you guys in our corner.
You got us, no doubt.
T-Tad says hello from Abu Dhabi.
Tarek.
All
right. Hey, Tarek.
And then to close it out, just so you know, the fandom runs deep. My mom shared this photo found some photos the other day. Look at Bill's out of my mind in I was 3. So that, you know, that we're still in the same aspect. You know, I've kept this on the computer desk all weekend just to remind myself that we can do it. You know, just a little positive reinforcement.
Man, well,
show from Bianchi. Yes. Yeah, Gil, for a long time he only did raffles. That was how you got the commissions from Simone each day, was a raffle. So it's been really great that he's been able to do that. And we want to make sure that you also get to see him work at the show. So that's why one's going to be done pre-show and one will be worked at the show. And then hopefully maybe he'll take a smaller painting or something live at the show as well.
Yeah, that would be cool. That to get to see him working there would be fun again. I know. Now I saw video. So, you know, there were a lot of people who were shooting video. I saw, you know, Comics Den. I mean, there were a lot of recordings going on there. So I can't say that I didn't get to see both of those guys work because of that. And I know that we're going to have similar things. I think we've got like at least 4 or 5 people coming that are, you know, kind of devoted to documenting OAX again time around. You know, Big Phil's going to be there.
Comics Den. Yeah, I saw that. You know, there's going to be some great, you know, content creators there, and I think all that does is just push the event forward. Because like you said, even if you're not there and you get to, or you are there and you watch somebody else's video and you get to see something you missed, even if though it was just, you know, 150 yards across the way or whatever it was, it just keeps bringing more eyes and different, you know, experiences to the event that has so much going on that it's, you know, almost sensory overload because you don't know where to go first and you're so happy to be there. So it's really cool that I think people are choosing to document that and their experience there. So it's great.
You got it. Gil wanted to know about yes, if she's still, of course, yeah, right.
Gloria is the brains of the operation for sure. She's the best. She handles all of Simone's stuff for you know, Europe, Italy, all that type of stuff, and I just do the United States. So yeah, Gloria's the best. Sarah, claim 2.
Was that where we're talking about the second one we showed for Di Meo or Bianchi? I think the Di Meo one was the headshot, $400. But yeah, we'll wait till Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah, if you could just confirm with that before we end here, just so I make sure I have down what you are looking for.
Thanks
all right,
for saying
guys,
that.
I'm going to jump. I have to be on the IAX panel in 2 minutes, and all the rest of you should too.
And I will be in there. Thank you.
Di
Meo. He wants 2. Sarah wants 2 Di Meo cards. Okay, awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sarah. All right. Well, you know, I kind of forgot we started a few minutes late because I was running late on the other one. I was just watching the clock up here. So, yeah, we should call it. But Matt, congratulations on getting these high fives, Di Meo and or Di Meo, right? Di Meo.
Yeah. And Ditullio with a capital T, Bill.
You're the one who's got that problem. You know, Kazra gave me, you know, he's like, hey, Bill, you spelled Matt's name wrong. And I'm like, no, I didn't. You know, I'm looking at it, I'm like, 1 T, 2 L's. It's right. And then, you know, and then I noticed he put a capital T, and I'm like, well, listen, Matt does not capitalize.
I'm the worst at it. I am, but it is a capital T. But yes. So
your family should be upset with you.
Yeah, my yes, they would be. But thank you for having me on. Really appreciate it. And you know, I'm excited to see what else we have. I know there's a lot more in store for OAX and things popping up, and I'm gonna head right over from here to Tatiana's panel about IAX.
You got it. And hit me with an email with an update so I can get the forums updated to mark certain things as sold out. Okay?
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, Matt.
Everybody, have a good one, guys. Thank you. Go Bills.
All right.